So what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and today we're going to do a review of overview of Rook Exodus Part 2 by Image Comics that was released in 2024. Now, for those of you who don't know how I do these types of videos, it's pretty simple actually. I usually go from let's say an American comic, be an indie comic, European webcomic, or manga from let's say 2020 from let's say the 2011 till 2025, so this year, so present day. And in case of Tales from the Past, we usually go to let's say an American comic, a European comic, webcomic, manga from the 60s all the way to 2011. This one falls into the first category. It's pretty simple how we break these kind of videos down. We go through who the team is, who did the writing, who did the art, who did the letters and the covers, and who was the editor. We do a quick synopsis. In the case of full-on review, we do a quick breakdown, but in this case, since it's an overview, it would only distract you from the rest of the video, because it's an overview. We just leave that for what it is. After which you go to the good, bad and the ugly, where you put every good part, so the plus against the minus, and those things cancel each other out, or not. Depends on how good the review, how good one part is, how good the other part is. So yeah, after that we follow with a final verdict. It goes from let's say 78, from let's say 10 out of 100. I was told the exact score that I gave to him. That's not my intention. 10 out of 100, that's 1 out of 10. 1 out of 100 is yeah, basically 10 out of 10. But that's not all. I'll also be using the League of Comics Geeks this time. They make a comeback to give you all people's thoughts on this issue. So yeah, of course there might be some things you might disagree with me about, and if that's the case, no problem. Totally fine, but let's try to keep it civil. Like all these types of videos is, yeah, similar to the Captain Frugals, the Howler Mouses, and the Dark Side or the Cosmonaut comics. I try to go back a little bit to let's say a simpler time. They call it the old school times. But yeah, simpler time, the day before the internet, where we could just discuss whether an American comic, indie comic, European comic, webcomic, manga is good or not, which character could be used, there's good balance between writing and art, pacing, good cover. Those are the discussions that I want to have. And of course I made some notes, because I tend to do it a little bit old school, so without further ado, grab yourself a cup of tea, some water, maybe some fruit, or some nuts, as a healthy snack, and let's get into the video. So, who is written by? Well, the creators are Geoff Johns and Jason Fabok, both pretty well known within the American comics. Brad Anderson is the colorist. Rob Leigh, I hope I didn't butcher his name. The letters are yeah, done by Jason Fabok and are done by Rob Leigh. Brad Anderson did the colors. Jason Fabok and Brad Anderson did the cover. And Brian Cunningham is the editor-in-chief, with Steve Blackwell as the designer. So yeah, only showing this part. Well, what Synopsis is all about, we can go back to this. Well, basically, in the far future, a man named Rook wants to get out of Planet Exodus, as all important animals get out of control after the world engine failed, and but his escape is interrupted by Beermaster Ursaw, who is given into his inner beast, and he has a little secret of his own. And yeah, Rook gets help of an unexpected ally, Direwolf, but was she an ally or a foe? We don't know. And yeah, it's kind of obvious who killed Swine. Therefore you need to check out, yeah, there are some hints in my previous overview of Rook Exodus 1. It was released a few years ago, didn't get a lot of traction, but hey, check it out if you want to. It's not a must, it's basically a similar overview like this. So yeah, we go to the next, and yeah, Good, Bad and the Ugly. Well, first of all, I go back for a bit. Here it is. There's a good cover. There's a decent enough balance between writing and art, and the story is progressing as things go. Still survival of the fittest, that's what I'd like. It's not the average American cape slap comic. Thank goodness, and I'm glad that Geoff Johns is kind of spreading his wings a bit away from yeah, the usual stuff that he does. Gives him some freedom, etc. And there's also some interesting concept of explanatory exploration, evolution, and terraforming, and what happens when a world engine fails. And of course, yeah, there's a great world building. Interesting villain. Ursaw is just yeah, evil because he is evil. He wants to rule an entire planet, bring every warden under his control, the whole wildlife. That it's kind of ironic because the planet is basically referring to its original state. So I doubt he knows the consequences. Maybe it's his intention or not. We still don't know everything about it. But yeah, there's the thing that I and one of the reviews on League of Comics Geeks kind of mentioned it already. It is yeah, how you call it? It is yeah, there's a lack of emotion on the characters' faces. That doesn't have to be a problem here, but yeah, at times I wish they showed a little bit more emotion here and there. It's kind of ironic because I read manga, but still, it's something to keep in mind. It's not a lot of emotion being expressed. And that's yeah, unfortunate, but it's not a deal breaker. Custom designs, yeah, could use more variation, a little more coloration, but on the other hand, you're on a post-apocalyptic planet that's basically referring to its natural state, so it's kind of logical that you don't wear every color of the rainbow. So yeah, not a big deal breaker for me, but yeah, could use a little bit more variation here and there. But yeah, the final verdict is I picked a leak with me on my smartphone for a moment. Well, they're quite positive about it. 870 ratings with a 4.5 average, which is an exceptional score. For me, it gets a 78 out of 100. It's not a continuation, but it is. You could get all the issues that all the separate floppies, but I don't recommend it, especially nowadays. Just read every single issue on Global Comics, 1 to 6, and get the trade paperback afterwards. So yeah, that's it for the overview. Anyways, if you'd like to see me make more videos like this, leave a like, subscribe if you want to. Leave your thoughts down in the comments, and check out General Warrior issue 1, issue 2, soon to be 1 and 3 on Global Comics, and get the PDFs. And that's all I have to say for this video. Talk to you guys later. Ciao, matane.